Hi everyone, welcome to Bumblebee Crafts. Thanks for tuning in to another video from me. Super excited, it's first video of my new series, Slow Stitch Sundays. And hopefully this video will be nice and slow and relaxing and mindful as stitches are, but I'm just so excited to start this project. It's been in the pipeline for months and months. And one of my viewers, Lisa, hello Lisa, hope you're well, requested this months and months ago and said she'd love to see some slow stitching from me. And I said, yeah, I usually do a lot of slow stitching during the autumn months, and it's 1st of September today, so we are officially, my birthday's been and gone, and in my book it's officially autumn time. Any of you guys have been following my channel for a while, you will know I absolutely love autumn. It's my favorite season. So as soon as my birthday comes and goes at the end of the August, it's like, yes, I can get into autumn stuff. And yes, we're starting our slow stitch Sundays. I do apologise if you can hear some noise in the background. Takana has found the empty loo roll out of the bin, the little inner tube of loo roll, and she's playing with it on the landing. So it's better than her playing with the little wood chips from her the dirt box. She's a little monkey for that. So yeah, if you hear little tapping behind me, she's in the doorway of the craft room playing with it now. Bless her. She'll amuse herself for hours if you give her a little toy. She's wonderful. Okay, so yes, slow stitch Sundays. So I've even got myself my little candle here, ready to light. Let me just get out some of the fluff and the cat hairs that are in the top, because I thought, well, slow stitching is about mindfulness and feeling the fabrics and purposely doing your stitching and really slowing yourself down and relaxing and doing it. Although today's video is probably going to be quite hyped up because I'm so excited to do it. So I thought, I am going to take the time. I'm just going to light my little candle here, and I thought we could have, as the series goes on, it could be really nice and mindful for you guys. So I'm just going to light my little candle. Lay that out, move them over there. And then I'm just going to move this. I'm going to probably move it to the side so it's off camera, because I am known as being a bit of a klutz and the last thing I want to do is catch something on fire. So it's over to the side, but hopefully that will kind of help things set the scene for a nice, slow, relaxed crafting. So as you've probably seen, I bought myself a new little setup for the slow stitch Sundays, and I treated myself to a new mat, this lovely new pink mat, and it came with one of these rulers for quilting rulers. I've got a new rotary cutter. It came with this knife, although I probably won't use this knife much for this kind of work, probably to do probably paper crafting more than anything. And we got some little clips with it as well. So it was just from Amazon, just a cheap little bundle from Amazon, but I'm really pleased with it. It feels like it sets the scene nicely, because my setup is just a clean desk, and I bring to the desk whatever I'm making. I'm doing that particular video or that particular crafting session. I don't keep anything on my desk. I have a rolly cart to the side where most of my stuff is, or it's just stacked up to the on the shelves and stuff in the room here. So I wanted to set the scene a little bit more with this one. And then this cute little pincushion, we'd made a couple of others in my last Fabric Friday video, this one, and then I didn't get this one finished on camera, but how cute is that? I think that's the best one that I've done. It's lovely and round, fits in there perfectly, and I absolutely love it. So we've got that to use. Obviously we've got my little needle book. Again, this was a Fabric Friday video that I made, so it's like a little slow stitch needle book. So do go and check out those two videos for that. this little pouch that I've just put these little clips in, I haven't yet got a video out for that. That's coming. How I made this is coming on my Fabric Fridays, so stay tuned for that. And then these 3 pieces here are some pieces that I'd done last autumn. I think it was in the new year I was finishing these off, because I do tend to, even when the nights draw in, I don't know, I just feel I want to do more slow stitching, more embroidery, that kind of thing. So this was the one that I did first. It's just got a bit of material on the back. It's got then I've got some of that green thin cotton. Just put a piece of material there with some lace, a doily, and one of my little decoupaged buttons on there. And it's very simple. It's just some running stitches through here, some stitches all across holding this down. I just done some little quite long, I think they call them seed stitches, and then I did attempt to do some French knots, but I wasn't very good at those. But I did get better. I got much better on my second one at doing the French knots. I figured it out that it was the tension. You have to keep the tension quite tight, which is something that when we come to do some more of the sewing bits and everything in future videos, I'll show you what I mean. A disclaimer here, I am not an expert at this at all. There are lots of YouTubers out there that I watch for inspiration. One lady in particular, Sarah Homefray, UK, I'll leave her link below. She is absolutely fantastic for teaching all sorts of embroidery. She's very slow. She'll show you multiple times how to do it and explain it. It's, yeah, I watch her videos all the time for how to do stitches. So this video is just really, this series is just my take on slow stitching, just crafting along, having some fun, having a play. I've got lots of ideas of different pictures that I want to create, like landscapes. I've seen people on Pinterest, they do some lovely birds and slow stitch those on. So yeah, there's lots and lots of ideas that I just want to explore in this series, and hopefully you'll follow along with me, and either it inspires you to take up stitching if you've don't do much of slow stitching, or if you do a lot of slow stitching, perhaps it just reminds you that, you know, actually, yeah, I've got that project I want to finish. So I hope there's some inspiration for everybody out there with my videos. And yeah, so that's kind of where we're at the moment. So we've got these 3. We move them to the side there. What else have I got now? A couple of other Fabric Friday videos, I was sorting out some different fabrics I'd pulled together and just put in a tub here, so we can hopefully add to that as the weeks go by with our slow stitching. So I've got those to the side of me. I found these as well. It's a little heart, and then these, I use these in my garden story journal, but I just thought they would make fun additions onto some slow stitching pieces. This was the tubs that I've been working out of. My threads are a mess. I've actually still got one that I'm working on there that I haven't sewn together, so perhaps we could do a little bit of that, but I do need to find a better way of organising my threads, because I've actually gone and bought myself a pack. Again, it was just a cheap pack from Amazon, DSL. They're nothing, none of the fancier ones that you get. I can't think of their names. They're just a fairly cheap brand. You get a couple of the little cards for organising them. I think there's some needles in there and a needle threader, but the colours are absolutely gorgeous, a whole array of colours. And because I'm starting out, I've not done too much slow stitching. I did when I was in college, so you're probably looking at about 26 years ago in my college days, as part of sewing and doing the dressmaking, and I've dabbled in it on and off throughout the years, but nothing particular. I've not made any major big project, and I've not been consistent with it, so my stitchings aren't the best. So this is going to give me a good practice to get used to doing it again. So I didn't want to buy too expensive threads and everything, because I'm not that good yet. So I just got myself a cheap little pack from Amazon. So we've got those that we can play with as well. So to start with, I thought we would just quickly make a little background. I think we'll do that to start with. How are we doing on time? Yeah, I've waffled for about 10 minutes now, haven't I, guys? So let's have a look in our fabric here. And I've got some simple calico here that I thought would be perfect as our base. So what size do we want to make it? Again, size depends on what you want to make or anything. These, to be honest, were quite a nice size to start with. I was sitting curled up on the sofa doing a lot of these because they were small and easy to handle. So that's what I'm thinking that we could do with that now. So do I make it? Yeah, I think what I'm going to do, let me grab my scissors actually. This tears quite nicely and I don't mind a little bit of a frayed edge. It's just roughly get that about there. And rip it. Oh, all my threads, look. Pop them in my thread bin. Bring that forward. Let's move that. Move them to the side. I'm mindful of my candle to the side there. So how are you all doing? I hope you're going to doing well. Anybody else looking forward to autumn like I am? I love it. Absolutely love autumn. Okay, there we go. So how long do we want the piece? We've got about there. Yeah, I actually think about there's a good size. Yeah, I made an apple crumble for dessert the other day, and it's just like, oh, autumn means lots of lovely apple crumbles. And usually as autumn gets going with the cooler, because we're still quite warm temperatures at the moment, so it doesn't feel like autumn weather-wise. I'll add cinnamon into it and some mixed spice and make it really nice and lovely. Okay, so that's going to be our base, our little bit of a base fabric. So we need to now have a little look and see what we want to do on the top. Do you know, I am drawn to the autumn colours, although I've got that, which I thought would be an absolute perfect piece to slow stitch on. Let's have, there's so many lovely pieces to think about. Should we have a piece of this as the background? I am going autumn colours, aren't I? Look. Shall we? Let's just... I want a little strip of this. So how does this look? Like that? Okay. We do it that way around. Try and get it straight. Not that it matters too much, but anyway. This mat is a self-heal one as well. Oh, look at that. That is nice and sharp. And then you just do that and set it so that it's locked. There we go. Let's remember to keep doing that. Okay, so thinking I like this tassely bit at the bottom here, but I'm not. So I like that bit, and I like this little bit. So that's the thing, you can just cut up whatever little bits you think would look nice. Oh my gosh, you don't even have to do much pressure at all with this. Wow. Okay. So we've got a couple of little bits. So do I want a piece of material over the top so it's 2 or 3 thicknesses? So that's the other thing you've got to be mindful of, is how thick you want to use it. When I did these, I used a piece of denim on the base, then did a bit on the background that you could just see there and a bit here, and then put some material on it. And actually going through the 2 or 3 thicknesses I found a bit tough at times, whereas this one was a lot thinner to go through and much easier. So I think I haven't got much that way. I'm going to go with that up there, I think, and then possibly something down here with that one. Okay, let's have a little rummage. What else have we got here? Got some of that, and there's some of this material as well. And I was looking at this. Let's see what we've got with these. Okay. Don't know if this frays very well, so we will just tears very well, so let's just cut ourselves a piece off of here. God, I can't believe how sharp this blade is. Oops, there it is. That frays lovely, but doesn't tear very well. Okay. So we've got a piece there that might be quite nice because it's got that lovely circle on it. So let's kind of get you on here straight. We cut you about there. Like so. And then again, just up here. I'm just going to fray this edge. You guys know I do love a frayed edge. That's going to go on there. I'm just wondering if we tuck that under there. I do quite like this somewhere down here. Let's see, we've got a bit of this red, haven't we? Let's pull some of the red in. I am still in camera doing this, aren't I? Yes, I am. That's good. Come about here. This is the bit that I'm thinking of, with some leaves. I might change and have that. Just under there like that. Maybe that down there. That looks quite nice there, doesn't it? Okay, I want a piece of this now to use. And I want a piece probably like so. Okay, I might have to trim a little bit off. Yep, we we do? Let's just trim it with this. And which side do I want? I'm wondering if we go this side, and then that can just go down there. So it's all about, I suppose, like collaging really with fabrics. That needs to go somewhere. I'm thinking that might be quite nice there. We need something down the bottom, don't we? So let's have a look at what else we've got. Do we want to introduce anything more fabric wise or a colour? I mean, I've got this absolutely gorgeous piece, but I think it's a bit more orangey than what I've got there with the red. So I'm just wondering what else I've got. I didn't really pull. As this, but I think this might be going in a different direction with the flowers on it. Yeah, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. What else have we got in here? We have got some of this lovely satin. Well, that might be quite nice. That's very neutral, and then I can start to put some laces and some trims and things like that over the top of it once we've got this on. Okay, now this tears absolutely lovely. So we want, how big a piece do we want? Do we want to go all the way along that piece? Or do we just want to go there? I think we just want to go there. So that there should do it. Oh, listen to that noise. It tears so easily. It's very old, this satin. Probably about 20 years old, if not older. Those. A few more on that top bit, and then that can just go there. Okay. Next, so might move you up slightly like that, so you get a bit of a red there. Yeah, I like that as a base for us to work on and do some stitches. So I'm going to just, if I clip there, clip there, straighten that out. There. And then we've got three layers there. Those layers there. And I just need to pin you there. And we are done, I think, enough to just put a couple of extra on the side. Like so. There we go. So what I see, which I didn't do with this, but I saw it in a video from Sarah Humphrey, she would do a what I think it's a basting stitch or a little tack stitch first in just some normal sewing cotton, just to stick it down so you can get rid of the pins, and it's much easier in the hand. You haven't got clips and pins in your way to kind of sew, and I never did that with these, but I thought that was a really good way, because I'm forever stabbing myself with the pins and the needles. You guys know it's not a Fabric Friday video if I don't stab myself with a pin or the needle. So I'm just going to grab my, oh no, I've got some cotton to the side of me here. Here we go. We've got some cotton here. I'm probably going to need a longer piece than that, but we'll start with this piece first. And you do big stitches, what she says she does, and she just literally does it so that they are, so like we come up here, tacking down, and these get cut out, once you've done all your other stitching on here. So we're just going to go through and do that, because I think once that's all done and it's all tacked down, it's going to make it much easier for me. It's not very mindful sewing if you keep stabbing yourself, is it? So I'm just going to do some until I run out of this thread. Come down in this one, that's probably enough. So I'm literally just going to cut it and leave it there. We've got the knot at that end there. Let's get rid of that. So let's carry on with myself. Rethread. So I've got some more slow stitching supplies that you won't have seen yet because I haven't done a craft haul video, but I will show you those supplies in my craft haul video, because being my birthday I had a little splurge on some crafting supplies. Blimey, this is, excuse me, I'm just going to go off camera to do this. So fiddly. I much prefer bigger eyed needles and longer needles, but this is what I've got to hand to just do this. There we go, we're there. So yeah, there'll be those supplies, and then we can start having a play with them in these projects. Okay, so we were here, we come back up in here. And also by doing it in this white colour, you can easily see it as well. Sorry, I hit the camera there. Still all, yeah. So I just want to do a few more stitches around. Oops. Okay. So I just want to tack this down a little bit more here, this one. and then the pin can come out. I'll take that pin out now, actually, so I don't stab myself. Okay, I'm just going to leave that in and take these off and see how that feels. I think we've got everything. So we've gone around there, which has got all those bits. Down here has got all those three. That's attached with that. So yeah, I think that's enough. You don't need to do too much. As I said, we are literally just tacking it down. So I'm just going to do that and cut a big bit off and just leave it on the back there, and then we can pull it all out once we are done. Lovely. Okay, so yeah, that was a little trick I learnt from the lovely Sarah over on her channel. I think I had it this way, didn't I? So that now feels much easier to work with. So now we just need to sort out our fabrics and start having a play and start stitching. So in here should be, yeah, the nice needles that I've been using. I don't think I want a green on here, but that's fine. We've got another needle here. Just see if it goes through. It's a little stiff, that one. Are those the same thicknesses? See if this one's a little thinner. That's another thing she said, is trying to do match your needle for your material. So that's quite stiff still. Okay, wonder if it is this one that I use. No, this one feels about the best to go into the material, because this bit is going to be quite thick. Okay, so what colour? I'm thinking an orange, because I don't, obviously the autumn colours. I'm just thinking that we could do some little, maybe not the orange. What other colours? We've got a red, but it's too red, that's too Christmassy, a red. How about a yellow? I've got a yellow, a bit of pink there, we don't want that. Now these are Anchor ones, Clark & Co. Anchor Stranded Cotton. I have had these years and years. Again, I was given a load of stuff when I started college, and this was one of the things that it was in a big pack. And I've got various different colours. I don't know, some of the yellow might do. I'm just thinking that we would do a little stitch just like this, just a slow little stitch. This one was a back stitch all the way round. Yeah, that's a back stitch, which might be quite nice if we're edging it. I'm just thinking I might do the yellow on this bit here, so let's put the orange back and let's grab, where did my scissors go? Got some little scissors somewhere. Where are they? Here they are. There we go. Little. Now, if I remember rightly from, again, another video, as a top trick, she taps the end just to separate them, and then she holds them in her fingers and just pulls that her finger down through it, because I'm only going to be using 3 strands, I think, at the moment. Looks like we're knotted up already. There we go. Okay. Sometimes it comes really nice and easy, like that little bit. and then there we go, we're there, we are there. Okay, so we'll leave that up there, that's spare. Now I've probably got way too long a piece. I think that's something else that one of the YouTubers said, that don't have too long a piece of thread. So, but I do tend to go with a longer bit. It's whatever works, I suppose, really, for yourself. So I'm going to put a little knot in it, but we can hide it between the layers. There we go. So we're going to come and we're going to do this little bit here. So I'm just going to separate the layers and put this up inside here. So that hides the knot nicely between the layers. Now, just going to do some little stab stitches, I think, first, just a little running stitch. Just up and down, just to create a bit of pattern on here. And you can do it like this, but whenever I do it this way, I never find I get them even. We'll try, we'll give it a go. Oops. So I will have to be conscious of my time, because I can just zone out doing this. I really can. That's why a lot of the time I've got something like this to the side of me on the sofa, so that if I'm not, my fibro's playing up and I'm having to rest a lot more, I feel like I'm still doing something. What happened there? I got a little knot. There we go. That's another thing with too long a thread, it can give you, make it really quite knotty. Okay. So we're down to that bit now there. Yeah, I think just a whole row of these on here is going to look really quite nice. I might do a slightly darker one on there. Okay, but I am going to take it just lower on here so that it joins these two pieces of material together. Like so, like that. Okay, now I do need to, I think I need to do a few more rows along here before working along this little bit. I didn't really think that when I planned it out, did I? Okay, so if we come up just next to it there, like so, and try and see if we can get the same stitch lengths. Oops, now we're hooked over there. Yeah, I've got myself too long a bit of thread. Look, getting myself all hooked up. So if we come up there, I'm just going to do this as individual ones, I think. I don't know, I might be able to. Yeah, that's not too bad actually. I want to tuck those little tassely bits in, because those are the nice little bits that I want there. Okay, how are we doing? 40 minutes. Not too bad. We can hopefully get this little section done. Oops. Like so. we go, another couple of little stitches at the top. Don't want you hooked. Okay. How's that looking? So there's still this edge that is frilly, that's going to be loose, but I don't want to put, unless I can do one more row really closely. I might see if I can do that. Let's see if we can do that. So I'm going to come trying to get my needle where I want it, there. Yeah, right on that edge of fraying is where we're going. But hopefully we don't get knots like that. Keep the fraying, and it's just kind of tacking it down is what I'm hoping. It's definitely easier doing that stitch to hold it all down first. When I had pins all in that one, I was stabbing myself left, right and centre with the pins, getting hooked up on the pins. Yeah, it's coming together. And then one last stitch down in here. Okay. Now I think I can carry on and I can fill this brown area. So I know it means jumping across, but that's fine. Get my thread out of the way, and I'm going to come up there, I think would be good. So although the stitches aren't straight in terms of how they go wonky, I'm trying to keep them at least all the same wonkiness, if that makes sense. Definitely is very mindful doing this. It really slows me down. It's something that I can focus on, and I do struggle sometimes to switch my mind off. Well, sometimes, all the time, I do struggle with that. And this really helps because you're focusing on your stitching, and yeah, it really grounds me and calms me doing this. So hopefully it will you guys too. Okay. Still wondering if I could get another little one at the top. Maybe I'll come across and we'll stitch around afterwards, but let's carry on doing these little stitches. Another thing is not to pull it too tight, keep your tension quite loose. I do sometimes struggle with that. Keep it nice and loose. I like embroidery for that because obviously it's in the hoop, so you've got that tight tension for you to just come up and down, up and down. So this is helping me to relax a little in the stitching. Okay, so now I want to come up next to that. There we'll do. And we can come back now this way. Okay, I think we've got a couple more rows to do before I'm at that center where the two colors change on here. I'll hold it up to the camera at the end so you guys can see. Okay, there is a word for this style of stitching. Oh, what's the lady's name? I can't think of the lady's name, but her channel is K3N, and she does lots of this type of, I think it's is it Japanese? I think it's Japanese, where they would just do a whole load of stitches on things. I'll have to look the name up. I probably can't remember it because I can't pronounce it properly. But yeah, they do stitches much neater than this, but just lots of little stitches over things. So she's another lady, by the way. K3N is another channel that I watch. And of course Bella, the lovely Bella from Rach and Bella Crafts. Yeah, it's she's lovely to watch, Bella is. So I think I'm going to do one more row, and I'm going to go right on that little edge where the two join, the two colours, and then we're probably out of time. Because I waffled so much at the beginning. Okay, but at least we've managed to get some stitching done in our first video, which is good. It's a good start. Okay, so I think that's really nice. I like that, and I want to do the same again with a different colour this time, and I might go this way with them. I think that would be really quite funky, wouldn't it? So we'll look at doing that. Let's check the time. Yeah, we'll look at doing that next time round. So let's do the other thing that I've learnt to do is not to knot it off. She just tucks the needle behind. You see me do that with my when we made this. She just pulls that thread in between the fibres, so you're not going right through the front, you're cutting underneath. and I'm just going to do that a couple of times to secure my thread down. Like so, and then we can just snip that off like so. So there we go, that's our first bit of slow stitching done, guys. Oh, how exciting. I'm looking forward to this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put any lace or anything like that. I want to focus on the stitching on this first one. We can get to decorating and doing other stitches. I mean, there's so many Sundays to come, so much fun to come with this slow stitching. So thank you again, Lisa, for prompting me to do this for you guys on my channel. I hope you're really going to enjoy it. I certainly am. I'm still really excited about doing it. And you don't need any fancy tools or anything. You just need some thread, a needle, and some scraps of material, or some scissors. And we can create some lovely little patches to start with slow stitching. So thank you very much for watching. Take care, everyone. Happy crafting, and I will see you in my next Slow Stitch Sunday. Bye.